A mudflow or mudflow is a form of mass wasting involving very rapid to extremely rapid surging flow of debris that has become partially or fully liquefied by the addition of significant amounts of water to the source material. Mudflows contain a significant proportion of clay, which makes them more fluid than debris flows. Thus, they are able to travel farther and across lower slope angles. Both types are generally mixtures of various kinds of materials of different sizes, which are typically sorted by size upon deposition. Mudflows are often called mudslides, a term applied indiscriminately by the mass media to a variety of mass-wasting events. Mudflows often start as slides, becoming flows as water is entrained along the flow path. Such events are often called flow slides. Other types of mudflows include lahars and yerkolaups. Triggering of mudflows. Heavy rainfall, snowmelt, or high levels of groundwater flowing through cracked bedrock may trigger a movement of soil or sediments. Floods and debris flows may also occur when strong rains on hill or mountain slopes cause extensive erosion or what is known as channel scour. The 2006 Sidorio mudflow may have been caused by rogue drilling. Some broad mudflows are rather viscous and therefore slow, others begin very quickly and continue like an avalanche. If large enough, they can devastate villages and countrysides. They are composed of at least 50% silt and clay-sized materials and up to 30% water. Mudflows are common even in the hills around Los Angeles, California, where they have destroyed many homes built on hillsides without sufficient support after fires destroy vegetation holding the land. The point where a muddy material begins to flow depends on its grain size and the water content. Fine grainy material or soil has a smaller friction angle than a coarse sediment or a debris flow, but falling rock pieces can trigger a material flow, too. On December 14, 1999 in Vargas, Venezuela, a mudflow known as the Vargas Tragedy significantly altered more than 60 kilometers of the coastline. It was triggered by heavy rainfall and caused estimated damages of $1.79 to $3.5 billion, killed between 10,000 and 30,000 people, forced 85,000 people to evacuate, and led to the complete collapse of the state's infrastructure. Mudflows and landslides. Landslide is a more general term than mudflow. It refers to the gravity-driven failure and subsequent movement downslope of any types of surface movement of soil, rock, or other debris. The term incorporates earth slides, rock falls, debris flows, and mudslides, amongst other categories of hill slope mass movements. They do not have to be as fluid as a mudflow. Mudflows can be caused by unusually heavy rains or a sudden thaw. They consist mainly of mud and water, plus fragments of rock and other debris, so they often behave like floods. They can move houses off their foundations or bury a place within minutes because of incredibly strong currents. Mudflow geography. When a mudflow occurs, it is given four named areas: the main scarp, in bigger mudflows the upper and lower shelves, and the toe. The main scarp will be the original area of incidence. The toe is the last affected area. The upper and lower shelves are located wherever there is a large dip in the mudflow's path. A mudflow can have many shelves. Largest recorded mudflow. The world's largest historic landslide occurred during the 1980 eruption of Mount St. Helens, a volcano in the Cascade Mountain Range in the state of Washington, USA. The volume of material displaced was 2.8 cubic kilometers. Directly in the path of the huge mudflow was Spirit Lake. Normally a chilly 5 degrees Celsius, the lahar instantly raised the temperature to near 38 degrees Celsius. Today the bottom of Spirit Lake is 100 feet above the original surface, and it has 2.5 times more surface area than it did before the eruption. The world's largest known prehistoric terrestrial landslide took place in southwestern Iran, and is named the Submarine landslide. The landslide was located on the Kabirku anticline at 33 degrees N, 47.65 degrees E. The landslide had a volume of about 20 cubic kilometers, a depth of 300 meters, a travel distance of 14 kilometers, and a width of 5 kilometers. This means that about 50 billion tons of rock moved in this single event. The largest known of all prehistoric landslides was an enormous submarine landslide that disintegrated 60,000 years ago and produced the longest flow of sand and mud yet documented on Earth. The massive submarine flow traveled 1,500 kilometers, the distance from London to Rome. By volume, the largest submarine landslide occurred approximately 2.6 million years ago. The volume of the slide was 20,000 cubic kilometers. Areas at risk. The area most generally recognized as being at risk of a dangerous mudflow are areas where wildfires or human modification of the land have destroyed vegetation, areas where landslides have occurred before, steep slopes, and areas at the bottom of slopes or canyons, slopes that have been altered for construction of buildings and roads, channels along streams and rivers, areas where surface runoff is directed.